Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. If you don't know me, my name is Nandi, and if you do know me, welcome back to another video. In today's NP tips and tricks video, I am going to be talking to you guys about 4 resources that I highly recommend as a nurse practitioner. Okay, before we get into this video, go ahead and subscribe to the channel. Subscribe. All right. Now that we are all subscribed, let's go ahead and get into this video. So let's see, on my list here, the very first resource that I highly recommend is UptoDate. When you are in your program, your nurse practitioner program, I'm sure somebody will bring up UptoDate. It is amazing. That is why it's number 1 on my list. So UptoDate is pretty much a point of care clinical resource, and it helps you stay current on the latest evidence-based recommendations. And they have useful information in regards to like conditions, medications, etc., etc. The best way for me to describe UptoDate, it is pretty much like, I don't know, a supreme Google for healthcare professionals. Highly recommend. Now, the only thing about UptoDate, it is a subscription purchase. You can get it as a student. You can also get it once you start working as an actual provider. It can be a little pricey, but from what I'm told, I believe also if you work in a hospital, there are certain ways I think you can get a discount. I'm not gonna lie, once I started working on my own as a nurse practitioner, if my physicians had UptoDate, they let me just use their UptoDate. But very helpful. I also forgot to mention anything I'm talking about in this video. I'll go ahead and put the link down below for you guys, so check out the description. Okay, the second resource that I highly recommend as a nurse practitioner is Epocrates. Epocrates I also learned about throughout my MSN program. It's pretty much, I use it the most as an app to help prescribe medications, because they do have dosage and everything for both adults and children. And Epocrates is an app, okay? And for this one, I'll probably put a screen recording on there so you guys can see what I see. But you can go on there, and it'll literally tell you, like adult dosing, pediatric dosing. It'll tell you contraindications and cautions when using medications, drug interactions, adverse reactions, literally safety monitoring, the pharmacology, everything. It even has something on here about pregnancy and lactation. So you can pretty much type in whatever medication you're interested in learning about and just use the app accordingly. I also like it because they have a dosing calculator within the app. Very helpful if you ever just want to double check yourself and your math when prescribing medications. I love Epocrates. Literally use it every day. The third resource that I have on my list is Nursing Central. I believe they told us about Nursing Central during my BSN program, and I'll read the description. So Nursing Central is a complete solution for nurses and students, and it'll help you look up detailed information on diseases, tests, and procedures. And you can consult the comprehensive database of 5,000 drugs or refer to more than 65,000 dictionary terms whenever you have a question. That is the description. I'll also put a screen recording. So Nursing Central is an app, but you can also look up the information on Nursing Central just on the regular like computer. But you'll see on there they also have a calculator, they have a drug guide, medical dictionary. It'll tell you about diseases and disorders. It'll tell you about labs and diagnostic tests. It's amazing, literally amazing. But they also tell you in here, like for the medications, it'll tell you about generic and brand names. You can look up everything, literally everything. Even when you look up the medications, it'll give you pictures, trade names. It'll go over indications, the actions of using the medication, same thing, contraindications, adverse reactions, side effects, interactions, so many things. So many things. So I highly recommend it. It's just something great to have on your phone and just look up. I did forget to mention, so for Hippocrates, there is a free version of that app, and that's the one that I use. Nursing Central, I believe we also were able to access Nursing Central like through our school program, because I'm looking up on there and I think it's still logged in with my like Emory account. So if not, I definitely think it is worth getting, worth purchasing, even if your school is not telling you about it. It's a wonderful resource just to have, okay? And I'll also link Nursing Central down below in the description, so you can go ahead and check that out. The fourth resource that I have on here is the ICD-10data.com website, and I will link that down below for you as well. And pretty much it tells you everything you need to know when you need to look up ICD-10 codes for billing. At my job, we're responsible for sort of helping with billing, and you see that in a lot of my vlogs. So that's why for me, it's something that I use daily, is the ICD-10 data website. So highly recommend if you ever need to look up a code. I do actually have a bonus resource, and this is specifically for those of you who are in pediatrics or interested in pediatrics. And the fifth resource is Bright Futures. During your pediatric nurse practitioner program, they will talk to you a lot about Bright Futures. Bright Futures is like, once again, holy grail for pediatrics. The description, it says, this essential resource provides key background information and recommendations for themes critical to healthy child development, along with well child supervision standards for 31 age-based visits. So from newborn through 21 years old. I love Bright Futures. It's also a resource that I have on me and use every day. They have a big textbook version that we were actually required to purchase for my pediatric program. However, they also do have a pocket guide, and I'll show you guys. This is what the pocket guide looks like. Mine looks a little rough here, but this is what the pocket guide looks like. The pocket guide is linked on my Amazon storefront. That link will be down below. But it is an amazing resource to have. It literally will tell you everything that you need to sort of go over with parents for each visit, starting in infancy. And it goes all the way up, all the way up. And I like it because it also goes over developmental stuff. So it'll tell you like certain things that, you know, a child should be doing in regards to like fine motor, gross motor skills, verbal language, social language, and self-help. It'll tell you things to observe for, things to assess for. It also will go over anticipatory guidance, which is something that I often use a lot. Just in case, you know, I want to remember, okay, these are things specifically that I want to talk to, you know, with parents once they're this age or 9 months, things to look out for, things like that. They always have safety stuff on here. When they are younger, they have nutrition and feeding tips. It is just amazing. So I keep my pocket guide on me, like literally in my work bag. Take it with me every day. So highly recommend Bright Futures if you are going into pediatrics once again. But those are the top resources that I have used the most throughout my journey so far as a nurse practitioner. They're all wonderful resources, all things that you would probably hear about throughout your nursing and nurse practitioner programs. Once again, everything will be down below in the description for you guys in case you want to look it up or learn more information. But Once again, 10 out of 10, highly recommend all of them. I hope that you found this information informative and helpful. Once again, if you have any questions, you can always leave a comment down below or email me or DM me. I'll get back to you, promise. I hope that you enjoyed this video, and I will see you guys in my next one. Bye.